Welcome, twisted viewers, to another one of Johnny Blaze's Twisted Tales. Today, Austin decides to investigate strange disappearances thinking it's aliens, and ends up discovering something far scarier that sends him on an adventure to save many lives. So grab a winter jacket and sit near the fire while you watch this twisted tale called The Legend of Bigfoot 3. Austin had always been fascinated with the unexplained. Living in the remote wilderness of Alaska provided him plenty of time to let his imagination roam, and lately, his mind had been consumed by one mystery: the sudden disappearances of locals near the forest surrounding his cabin. Some believed it was wild animals or the harsh Alaskan elements. But Austin had a different theory. He suspected aliens. He was convinced that extraterrestrials were behind the vanishings and made it his mission to find proof. His first night in the woods was calm, the moon casting shadows across the snow-covered ground, but nothing unusual happened. By the second night, Austin's hope grew, convinced he would witness something otherworldly. He kept his eyes glued to the sky, searching for the telltale sign of a UFO. But what he heard that night wasn't the hum of an alien craft. It was a low growl echoing through the woods behind him. Slowly, he turned around. What stood there took his breath away. Towering before him, with shaggy white fur and evil eyes, was the legendary creature Yeti. His heart pounded in disbelief. The stories were real. Suddenly, the Yeti lunged toward him with terrifying speed. Panic surged through Austin as he turned and ran, his legs struggling to keep up with the adrenaline racing through his veins. He glanced back just in time to see the Yeti closing in. It was faster than him, much faster. Just as the creature was a foot away from him, the snow beneath its feet gave way, sending the Yeti tumbling down a small mountainside. Its roar of frustration filled the cold air as it tried to claw its way back up, but the slick slope kept sending it sliding back down. Seizing the opportunity, Austin ran deeper into the woods, his lungs burning with the cold air. Only when he felt far enough from the Yeti did he stop. In his fear-fueled sprint, he had completely lost his way. Stumbling through the snow, Austin eventually found shelter, a dark cave. The wind howled behind him, but the cave offered a brief reprieve from the biting cold. As he entered, the beam of his flashlight revealed a chilling sight: skeletons scattered across the floor, remnants of the missing people. His stomach churned as he realized the fate of those who had vanished. His light caught something else: strange drawings carved into the cave walls. Despite his fear, curiosity got the better of him. He moved closer and inspected the carvings. They told a story. The drawings depicted a peaceful existence between Bigfoot and the animals of the forest. The creatures hunted only for food, living in harmony with the world. But then, a group of younger Bigfoot began tormenting humans, and conflict arose. The elders punished them, but a great divide formed. The rebellious group was exiled, eventually traveling to Alaska, where they adapted to the harsh climate and became something more ferocious: the Yeti. Unlike their ancestors, the Yeti grew angry and violent, hunting humans out of rage. Austin's mind raced. These creatures weren't just cryptid folklore, they had history and purpose. And now, Austin was entangled in a story far older and darker than he'd imagined. He knew he couldn't run. He had to find a way to stop the Yeti before it claimed more lives. Among the drawings, one symbol stood out: a large, jagged rock that looked oddly familiar. Austin had seen this rock many times while hiking in Washington. He knew what he had to do. With the Yeti still lost behind him, Austin made his way out of the forest and back to his cabin. Without wasting any time, he booked a flight to the mainland where he believed the other part of this mystery lay. Arriving at his destination, Austin went straight to the woods where the familiar rock stood tall. He waited in silence, hoping he was right. Hours passed, and just as Austin began to lose hope, he saw movement. A large figure emerged from the trees. It was Bigfoot. Despite his terror, Austin approached the creature. The Bigfoot gazed down at him, curious but not aggressive. Then, to Austin's shock, the creature spoke. "Why do you come to me, human?" its deep voice rumbled. Austin stammered but managed to explain everything. The cave, the drawings, the missing people, and the Yeti's violent attacks. Bigfoot listened silently. When Austin finished, he pleaded, "Maybe you can stop this. Maybe if you and the Yeti talked, the killing will end." After a long pause, the Bigfoot nodded. "Take me to my kin." The unlikely duo traveled back to Alaska, to the cave where the Yeti was likely still seething in its anger. As they approached, Austin felt his pulse quicken. He entered the cave first. The Yeti, spotting him, let out a blood-chilling roar that shook the cave. "Wait!" Austin yelled. "I brought someone for you." The Yeti's rage faltered as Bigfoot stepped into the cave. The two creatures locked eyes, and for a moment, the air was thick with tension. Then, the Yeti fell to its knees, overwhelmed with emotion. Bigfoot crossed the cave and embraced the Yeti. "It's been a long time, brother," Bigfoot said softly. "The humans are not our enemy. We must protect them, not destroy them." The Yeti trembled, nodding slowly. "I have been angry for too long," it rasped. "Perhaps it is time to change." As Austin left the cave, he felt a strange mix of relief and disbelief. The disappearances had been solved, not by aliens, but by a reconciliation between two ancient beings. He had gone searching for answers about the unknown and found a truth far deeper than he ever could have imagined. Thanks for watching our third video of this series called The Legend of Bigfoot 3. Austin reunited Bigfoot and Yeti, saving the lives of millions. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to help my channel grow. And smash that bell icon to never miss a twisted tale. And think about this, he has a real Bigfoot, yet he wears a small shoe.